The Battle of Teutoburg Forest in 9 AD was a disaster for the Roman Empire. 3 entire legions wiped out almost to a man, the head of their commander, Quintilius Varus, used as an enticement to further rebellion and quickly followed by the ejection of the Romans from Germania. The defeat had a profound effect on the Emperor Augustus himself. They say that he was so greatly affected that for several months he cut neither his beard nor his hair, and sometimes would dash his head against a door, crying, "Quintilius Varus, give me back my legions." And he observed the day of the disaster each year as one of sorrow and mourning. At 72 years old, was this an old man losing his grip on reality, or a man so used to getting his way that it was a significant shock when things did not proceed according to his design?
By 31 AD, so detached was the Emperor Tiberius from imperial rule in Cary that it was thought that his Praetorian prefect Sejanus planned to take it from him. This plot was revealed to him by his sister-in-law, Antonia Minor, and to prevent open rebellion, Tiberius spread the rumour that he intended to give Sejanus imperial power. Tiberius's ally, Macro, then took command of the Praetorians and delivered a letter from the emperor to the Senate. The letter contained no wholesale denunciation of Sejanus, but some other matter, then a slight censure of his conduct, then something else, and after that some further objection to him. And at the close it said that he must be kept under guard. Sejanus let the time slip by and remained in his seat, for he had already been humbled. When finally the reading of the letter was finished, all with one voice denounced and threatened him. Sejanus was executed and his body cast down the stairway, where the rabble abused it for 3 whole days and afterwards threw it into the river.
For some, he was certainly dangerous to know. But was Caligula mad or just bad? There have been numerous suggestions over what illness might have led to Caligula's behaviour. Encephalitis, epilepsy, meningitis, hypothyroidism, and sources such as Suetonius do record him as being sickly looking. Despite his seemingly poor base health, his reign may have begun rather well. But in the 8th month, a severe disease attacked Gaius, who had changed the manner of his living. For he began to indulge in strong wine and rich dishes, in insatiable desires and great insolence, in the unseasonable use of hot baths and emetics, in wine-bibbing and drunkenness and returning gluttony, in lust after boys and women, and in everything else which tends to destroy both soul and body. After surviving this illness, it was not long before Gaius changed into ferocity of disposition and displayed savageness which he had previously overshadowed by pretense and hypocrisy.
On 24th of January 41 AD, the Emperor Caligula was murdered by the Praetorian Guard. The palace was then thrown into chaos, with the assassins looking to finish off the imperial family and the dead emperor's Germanic bodyguard giving violent vent to their outrage by attacking anyone and everyone. In great terror at the news of the murder, Claudius stole away to a balcony and hid among the curtains which hung before the door. As he cowered there, a common soldier who was prowling about at random saw his feet, intending to ask who he was, pulled him out and recognised him, and when Claudius fell at his feet in terror, he hailed him as emperor. Claudius was then spirited away to the Praetorian camp, where he was protected from the machinations of the assassins and the Senate until the latter was forced to acquiesce to his Praetorian-led accession as emperor. How much of this sudden elevation to power from behind the curtain was on the approval or even the connivance of Claudius himself is open to question.
Almost from the moment of his accession to the throne in 54 AD, there was tension between the Emperor Nero and his mother Agrippina. Her influence over his reign, supposed machinations to expand that influence, and criticism of his behaviour led to further deterioration in the mother-son relationship, and her eventual removal from participation in state affairs. At last, terrified by her violence and threats, Nero determined to have her life, and after thrice attempting it by poison, and finding that she had made herself immune by antidotes, he tampered with the ceiling of her bedroom, contriving a mechanical device for loosening its panels and dropping them upon her while she slept. When this leaked out through some of those connected with the plot, he devised a collapsible boat to destroy her by shipwreck, or by the falling in of its cabin. Suetonius Nero 34. Unsurprisingly, such a cartoonist assassination attempt failed, with Agrippina swimming away to safety. Instead, Nero went a more conventional route, employing assassins to stab his mother to death and claiming that she had committed suicide after being found to be plotting against the emperor.